Oh gosh. Hello, welcome back to Scratch 3D Printing. I'm your host. Today we got a special video for you, and you already know what it is from the previous video. It's this Micro Swiss. We got their package. Let's see what we get though. Okay, we got an order paper, which is nice. And that's it. Where's the item I ordered? Just kidding, it's right here. This is Micro Swiss FlowTech Hotend. If you can see there, those are the features. This is leak proof, cold nozzle change, high flow, all metal design, 300C. Apparently the K1 Max, it's not fully metal design, so I got this one from Micro Swiss. Their product is amazing. I got one for the CR6 SE, but we're not talking about that. And it has been printing very nicely, so that's why I got one for the K1 Max. Let's go. I love their stuff. Let's open this. My knife. Oh yeah, look at this. Okay, let's open it. Oh yeah, it's very small. Okay, let's see what we get. They give you instructions, which is very nice. It's printed in color. Not many manufacturers do this anymore. Okay, I'm gonna sit on the bed. There we go. Let's unbox everything, and then let's take this apart. Then we'll put this in. Let's go. Okay, let's look at this design first though. Come out. Okay, from Micro Swiss, you have a black sock or a black cover for this. You just cover this thing up like the original one. It's not red, it's black. And these are your thermostat and stuff like that. This white wire is the one that's heating up your nozzle, and this copper wire is the one that's keeping track of your temperature, which is very nicely built in. This is your copper thermal adapter. Let's take a look at the nozzle. So this is their new design nozzle. It has this thing built into it, so that there's no way the filament is ever gonna leak. And lastly, we got these two screws. These two screws are titanium mounting screw that they gave you to mount their new Hotend onto the K1 Max. The only tools that is required for this project is 1.5mm Allen wrench and a 2mm Allen wrench. Oh, and by the way, they also give you a sticker. I'm going to turn my K1 Max off, unplug the power from the back, and then we will get installing. The first thing we need to do is unscrew this bolt right here, and on this side we need to take off this LiDAR, take this off. Then there's a screw behind there that we need to take off in order to take this head unit off. So let's do it. So for this first one, we will use a 2mm Allen wrench to take this off. Let's put it here so that we don't lose it. Okay, let's take up the LiDAR. There's two screws on top, which also requires the 2mm Allen wrench. Push this wire on top away so that you have more room. We got one off. Let's put on this side. One more to go. Okay, we got it off. Put it on here. And now we just need to disconnect this LiDAR from here. So hold as close as you can and just slowly pull it, and it's off. Now, as you can see there's one more screw right there. We need to take that off, and then we can take this whole piece off. Same 2mm Allen wrench. Let's put it back here, and now we can just lift this thing off. Give us some space. Wiggle it off, but careful, don't pull it because there's a wire here. Just hold as close as you can to the white plastic and pull it off. Got it off. That's how it looks like. I just want to let you guys know that do you guys get these black grease too? Because it's running on the rail, and I get these grease every single time I try to put some metal grease. These came out. Put them on, it's white, but then it just keep rubbing it and then it turns black. Let me know if you guys have these or not. Okay, at this point we just need to remove this Creality sock from this nozzle. What I'm gonna do first is remove, there's two connectors down here. It's the white wire and the copper wire that I showed you earlier. So just remove those two and then you can get rid of this sock easier. There is some adhesive, some glue there, so just take your time, wiggle it around and slowly pull it out. I'll be using this tool to try and pull them out. They are under here. It's these two wire, this one and this one next to it. Pull these two out and then pull the silicone sock out. As you can hear that, it's very tight in there. And then there's two screws holding the hot end. You just unscrew those. I'll be using this tool to try and pull these two out. Okay, what I find easiest to get this silicone sock off is you twist it until the Creality name is like on the left, and then you pull it from the back. Carefully pull it from the back, and then you just wiggle, slowly wiggle it off. That way, this bottom portion here, it locks behind here, so you just twist it and then slowly pull it out from the back. I found that the easiest way to do it. So now I'll try to unplug these two wires and then unscrew the two screws behind there. Okay, what I'm gonna do is use this little plier to cut the glue loose, and then I'll try and pull it. Carefully not to cut the wire. Oh gosh, oh, that was kind of harsh. Oh, but I got the white wire first. Okay, now I think I can pull the copper wire out. That one was a little bit easier to pull. So I'm gonna be way more careful now. Okay, there we go. Got both of them out. There's so many adhesive in there. So just, if you're gonna attempt this, just do it slowly and just cut the glue off so that it's easier for you to unplug these. Wait, this thing can easily move around like that? I never noticed that. I never realized that. Okay, apparently my light just went out. There are two screws under here. So if you check on your printer, you will be able to see them. And I believe these are using the 1.5 millimeter. Be very careful with these, because if you accidentally stripped the thread, you might not be able to use them in the future if you want to go back to Creality. It's very loosened. It's very loosened in there. So just take your time. And to be honest, I should have retracted the filament first before I even do this. So that's how the screw looks. That's a very long screw. And then do the other one. Yeah, I should have retracted first before I even attempt this, but we're too far now to stop. And I can't even pull them off because of the filament still in there. Well, I think I gotta retract the filament first, and then we'll continue with this process. Okay, and one more last thing that we are gonna do is, there's behind here, there's a small teeny tiny screw that you gotta unscrew it from behind here. We're gonna unscrew. There's a screw right there in that hole, so let's unscrew that and then we will be able to take this one out. This is a 2 millimeter. Yep, it's this teeny tiny little screw. Then we should be able to wiggle this thing out. Look at that. It's completely disassembled now. But there's so many white stuff. I don't know what that is. I think it's just the white thingy that's covering this, but let's put that aside and I'll clean it later. They put some thermal paste inside of this heat block, which is nice so that it conducts heat better, I think. Now let's put in Micro Swiss new hot all metal hot end. Before that, let's compare the both. So this is what Micro Swiss looks like. This is what Creality looks like. Pretty similar in design and stuff like that. These two are totally different design, and the wire is in totally different design. based on this, I think I like micro Swiss design better. It looks more clean, it doesn't wiggle around, and it just overall I think this design just looks so much better than this design though. What do you guys think? And to show you what a Creality nozzle looks like, it's this brand new, looks like this. It came with this K1 Max, and that is one of the reasons why I want to talk a little bit about this at the end of the video. Not sure, but I think that's a steel nozzle, brass and steel nozzle, which looks pretty dope. The first thing that we need to do is install this copper thermal under here, where the hole is. That's where you're gonna install this piece first. So you can install it in this hole under here. Hopefully you can see that. So you just push it through that hole like that. Hold it very tight right there, and then use the screw that you took out from the back to screw in this thermal adapter. 2mm Allen wrench. Find the hole behind here. Don't crack your glass. Okay, I got in. I'm gonna push this copper thermal adapter and then tighten this screw at the back end here so that this thing sits in the perfect spot for the next step. Get tight, don't over tighten it because you might ruin the thread. Just tighten like that, and then it's never gonna go anywhere. The next step is to install this heat block. What you want to do is put these titanium rod, titanium screw like this. It clips onto this portion right here. These should lock in like this. Put it on both sides, and then just stick it up the heat sink up here. I'm gonna place it like this and then route my wire over. If I do it like this, there's not gonna be enough space. So hold these two together, put it up there, then use your where's my Allen wrench? Use your 1.5mm Allen wrench and just screw them tight. Screw the other side like that, and just make it tight. Don't over tighten everything. You might ruin the thread. This thing is still wobbly, but that is perfectly fine. The next thing to install is the nozzle. Look at this. This nozzle has a built-in filament guide so that it's never leak. It's not like how you just push these two together. It actually just goes straight into it and then just no leaks, which is very amazing. And to install this, you just put it here and just screw it in. You don't even need to heat up the heat block or anything like that. You just screw it in. You screw it to 15 inch-pound, but I don't have an inch-pound measurement, so I'm just gonna screw it in until I can't anymore, and then just make it as tight as I can by using my hand. And I think that should be good enough. Okay, we are hitting the thermal heat block up there, and now that is good. I actually lied, you might need a wrench. It doesn't even fit. Maybe you don't need this. I'm just gonna do it by hand like that, and I think that is really good, tight enough. Once it's all the way screwed in, this thing doesn't move at all, which is very amazing. Once you have the nozzle tight in there, the next step is to install these wire. The copper wire goes on the further out one. The white wire goes in the inward one. So let's install the copper one first. Make sure that these slots turns down like this. If you look closely at it, you see that there's a slot in there. The other side is clean. This side has something attached right there. These pin, it has these pin right there, so that you know it's gonna face down like this, and it'll be very secure. Carefully, do not bend the pin, because if you do, it's gonna be very bad. Okay, there we go. You hit the click. The thermostat has been connected. There we go. Both of them are good in there. Just put them away like that. Tuck them in nicely right there, and you are perfect to go. But not least, right? The last step is to put in this silicone sock. You want to put it backward like this. This opening is for these two wires behind here to have space into that hole. So all you have to do is just push it in keep pushing it, keep pushing until it's all snug and tight up there, where it's gonna almost touch the block up there, but not. And that's how the nozzle is gonna sit. Wow, that looks so clean though, but it looks way different from Creality. If you put in Creality one and you compare to this one, the nozzle on the Creality one shows so much more than the one on Micro Swiss. On Micro Swiss one, I just make a mess. Oh damn it. On Micro Swiss, it only shows the tip of the nozzle, but on Creality, it shows like so much of the nozzle. Looks cool. So at this point, you are basically done with the install. You just had to put the front head in, plug in the wire, plug in the fan, put the lidar back if you have one, and then you are ready to go. I'll be putting this head unit back, plug in the fan, make sure it's all the way in, and you plug it in the correct way. And now you just have to connect these two upper button up here and just push it in, and it's all set. Put in the screw back in, put in the screw back in, put in the lidar, screw the lidar, and you are ready to go. Okay, everything is done and good to go. We did a little bit of cleaning on the build plate from all the white residue. Bottom portion we cleaned a little bit. Now it's just to test print this thing and see if it's good or not compared to Creality original Hotend. Let's plug the printer back in and then power it on. Boom! Nothing happened. Okay, the printer is all up now. Let's extrude some filament in and then we will do a test print. Alright, it looks like it's heating up pretty fast. Hopefully it heat up. Okay, yeah, it heat up really fast. I believe it might be the same as the Creality one, or it might be a little bit faster. If it's faster, it's even better. As you can see there, it goes up very quickly, which is very nice. It's working properly now, and I hope it doesn't have a smell like how it did on the CR6 SE though. And looks like I got a clog. Already got a clog. What? What happened though? Okay, so I pulled out the filament. It looks like that. I think it was the filament and not the Micro Swiss, but I'm gonna cut it at 45-degree angle. Let's put it back in and see if that fixes it. Okay, got the filament back in, heating up to 240, and now let's extrude and see if it works. What the hell? Okay, hit one click, and look at that, little piece of nozzle is coming out. Little piece of filament is coming out right there. Yeah, it was just clogged. Yeah, it was just clogged from earlier. I used this pin to go up the nozzle and unclog it. Now it's extruding really nicely. Let's do one more extrusion just for fun. Yeah, it was clogged from the previous retraction. Oh, look at that. It's extruding extremely well. Now I just gotta find something for it to print. I'm not gonna do a benchy anymore. Okay, we got a print going right now. I have not done any collaboration. There's no collaboration, there's no auto bed leveling, anything like that done to it yet. I just printed from the previous collaboration that it got it from the Creality K1 Max original Hotend. So let's see how it performs. If this performs good, then that'll be it. If not, we will do a collaboration and then we will print again. Okay, it starts printing the prime line first. Let's see if it's gonna extrude nicely. It seems the first layer is coming out pretty nice. Not the best angle, but okay, we will let it finish. Okay, it's done printing. Let me turn off the fan. That was from Micro Swiss FlowTech Hotend. And let's take this thing off. Here we go, little teeny tiny piece. Okay, got it out and got it out. Let's see how it compares to Creality's. Let's see how these compare to Creality print quality. From the look of it, it looks really clean. There's like a little string right there, if you can see that. Right there, that's the string From the outside, looks really clean. Let's see if this brim can come off very easily. Usually I can do it with one hand. Nice. Okay, that's pretty good. So the tolerance of the brim is still the same quality as Creality, or even better. It leaves nothing on it, which is really nice. So time to see if this one comes off easily. Yep, when the brim come off easy like this, you know that your 3D printer is really amazing. And it leaves a teeny tiny mark right there, but it's okay. Creality one leaves a little bit bigger mark. We can just take that out with ease. If I can do it two hand, but I only have one hand. But whatever, we don't care about that part. Okay, let's take a look at the first layer. Looks really good. You can read that top is really nice. Okay, and this is not the correct one. Apparently I printed the wrong screw. If you look at here, yeah, it goes in so easily. That's a different one, but it's okay. These came off easily. I got another screw that I printed earlier from Creality one. Let's see if this one fits. If it fits, then it's really good tolerance. Let's do it from down here. So I have two hands. Okay, it can go in easily. Look at that. Wow, it takes no force. It's very nicely. Whoa, it's so nice. I love printing screw and stuff like that, nuts. It go in so easily, dude. I did not do any fillets with this, and it still go in with ease. Whoa, that is very, very nice. Okay, it approves. I approve this Micro Swiss Hotend. Nice, nice. It's very, very nice. The top layer is printed so nicely. The side layers also printed so nicely. So this one was Creality one and printed also very nicely. The clearance is very nice, but Micro Swiss is also as nice as this. I can see the Micro Swiss one is actually a little better on the first layer. If you see that, it's still like the first layer is a little bit wider. Micro Swiss one, it's virtually like there, it's not there at all. Well, you can see it right here a little bit, but compared to two, on Micro Swiss one, seems that it's a little bit straighter. Yeah, look at that. Don't mind my fingernail. Wow, you can really see the difference. It's a little bit straighter and it flows. I think that's where the flow comes in, huh? On all the line, it's actually a lot straighter than Creality Hotend. Well, all in all, I think this is a successful buy. I think I'll be so much more happier printing with this Creality K1 Max with Micro Swiss Hotend in there. It would just be a better and better experience of this. The next thing that I'm gonna do with this Creality printer is to root it. I want to root this printer so that I can unlock the full potential of clipper and everything that involved with this K1 Max. This thing has been so nicely. I've been so happy printing with this thing. It's very fast, it's amazing. You can go watch my review of this one. I did it a couple of weeks back, but this thing is just printing amazingly. It never failed to print. When the print failed, it's basically on my fault, not the printer's fault. And it's very nicely. I need to learn how to automate these. Like after I printed like a screw, after I printed the screw, I want the head to hit it and it just flew off. I want to do that. So look out for that. If you want to see me root this Creality K1 Max, subscribe to the channel so that I know you guys love watching these kind of content on the K1 Max. And there's something very big that I'm planning to do after I root this machine. So stick with the channel to find out what it is. It involves many color printing. With that print, Micro Swiss, I approve of Micro Swiss. From that print, the tolerance is amazing. So what I'm gonna do is put Micro Swiss logo right here. It's gonna look amazing. Okay, I'm gonna peel it. Oh yeah, throw that away. Now I'm gonna clean this part. I'm gonna be putting it right here. line it up really nicely. Okay, I think that's good enough. It's not gonna touch the top. And then just swipe. Micro Swiss is approved on the K1 Max. Oh my gosh, that looks so cool. Creality Micro Swiss combo. It's a killer, man. It's a killer. Just wait until after I root this thing, it'll be so much better. Anyway, I'll see you on the next video. Keep on printing.